on behalf of Legion TCG today with a deck profile. Now it's a deck that I've been working on for a while. There's a lot of variations to it. Personally, I don't think there's a set way you build it, because I think it does dramatically come down to your own playstyle. So you can play the deck however you see fit, really, whichever suits kind of aggression you want to play out, or the control pace you play out. Because I've tried other people's builds, I've tried my builds, and I see the logic in theirs. Like, theirs is sound logic, and it's a very good build. Like, Line Sheets for second place, very strong build, but didn't fit my style. So I've tried it, wasn't for me, and I went down a different route. So before I go any further, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you know when this content goes live for you. Let's get into the deck profile. Right, here at the old faithful setup. So in preparation for EX2, I've got the old Gallimon mat out. I have got my old Blackwargreymon one as well, just in case, because I feel like Blackwargrey, the deck profile we're doing today, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot play out of this next commit set. A few little things to share over here. So first of all, we are doing custom dice and markers here at Gordo's Games, which we're still going through some test prints. This is the first one. We still got a little bit lighter on the shield there, so you'll have a nice little blue, purple to purpley blue to go with the Chaos Gallant, red text to go with the Gallant, and the grey shield. Just a little something from us here. These will start being given out in locals. These will be slightly smaller, but this is, as you can see, just a memory marker with the Gordo's Game logo on there. Just a few little pieces, just so you remember where we all, where you all came from. So I'm doing plugs on Legions, so yeah, they're all my team, so I'm allowed. Let's get into the profile. What I will also make you aware of is we are going to do a giveaway shortly on both the Twitch and the YouTube here. So we've just reached 300 subscribers on YouTube. Amazing. Our next milestone is the 400 marker, but I am also at 265 on Twitch at the moment, so feel free to check me out over there. So my milestone there for myself is 300. Once myself or my team, whichever gets there first, gets that point, we'll be looking to do a giveaway, and I'll announce that a little bit later on, closer to the time when we're about to get it. I'll do a little announcement. Yeah. So let's get into the deck. So X-wise, we're an Greymon. For me, I get why people use the Caramon, because sometimes you don't get the 2k Greymon underneath. Sorry, the 2k buff Argu underneath a Greymon, so you don't always get the swing. But realistically, if I'm having to swing with one of my Greymons, I'm most likely in a bad way. By that point, I'm in a bad situation, and this is live for Chimera, which is one of my key cards overall. So I prefer the 4 of this, and generally, my stack usually I'm going for the 2k buff Argu, and I'm going to have out I'm just going to keep throwing out the Searcher Argus. This one comes up a lot. I think it's once or twice, maybe it's whiffed. That's about it. And the 5th day we just go Caramon. I do feel like you need 5 eggs. You can get away with 4 if you want, depending on how aggressive you are in your playstyle. But I think just because I like to get myself to a point where I'm set up quite substantially and controlling the game, ready for a kill turn. So that's the egg line. I believe we run 14 rookies. This ratio I have considered cutting down. I do see quite a lot of Argus very often. The one cut I'll mention, which I'd love to cut shortly down to 1. But we run 4 of Pro Argu, has to be a 4. This card keeps your DP range in a good threshold to get Everx anti right straight into them. So you're at 12k, you get this, and you get the Greymon. You end up at 16k, so you're comfortable enough to go with this optimal. Or you go this, you go Chimera, and then stack another one of these under. Your Blackwargrey's got that kind of buffs that are available to it. So MVP on the rookie side. Yeah, I have spent a bit of time trying to make this nice, always shiny and pretty. Search wise, consistency, this card is more practical. I have cut out the black 2 costs, the black Searcher, which allows you to add a Dragonkin and a Greymon. The reason being, I don't like having a dead card. I know you can go into the Blackwargreymon, which is great. Outside of that, it's cost me so many games not being able to go into Digimon I need to, or go up into the Chimera. So this one is at 4. Don't run the other one. This one does allow me to add a Greymon and an Omnimon. I don't actually run an Omnimon in here, and I'll show you why when I get to the top end of it. Other level 3, 2 Balls the Argu, 1k buff. We want to try and get as many buffs as we can under our Digimon, make us a threat on swing. So these do come in quite handy, and we run 2 of the Promo Argu Elite a 3k on play. This has come up a few times. Nothing majorly extensive, but it has come up just to take either a rookie or something, or rock off a Nokia. Then it plays out and blows up a Vmon security, which is nice. Otherwise, it's just another to go into. So no. And last but not least, the EX. Yeah, it has me this one tonight. I have 1 on it. This is the one I'd look to cut down to 1. I like this because I want to be able to search my Tamers. Because I feel like this deck, if you don't see Tamers, you don't get yourself to a point where you reset to 3 or you've got you down, you really do struggle to keep up with decks. This allowing to search or search for another argument. This one or these just allows me to kind of get myself set up at a good point. So this could go down to I'm trying at this point at the moment, and it's doing okay so far. Good matchups into yellow hybrid, security control. Imperial's just one of those. If they high roll, they win. There's just no question about it. I can't even try and sell some dream there. You can beat Imperial if you get a blocker set up and can keep tempo. Get Mega Death, you're in a good spot. Get Mega Death, you're in a bad spot. Going into level 4s. So I believe we're on 10. 11 now. Okay. So I run 4 of this Greymon. Gaining memory when digivolving. Also, yeah, it becomes a 1 cost digivolve. You have a knock, it becomes a 0 cost. This, realistically, it puts in a lot of work. If you have minimal memory, that you can get yourself up to like 2 level 3s out, or you have a level 3 out and you've got one that's only 3 memory left, you can go Nokias, for instance, play a Nokia around the end of the room, I'll go out, digivolve this on one, digivolve this on the other one, go into Chimera, clear up some of the board, then go into a Blackwarg. Realistically, you stack under the blocker under it, so you've got a nice body just to stop any kind of pressure. It does open up a lot of plays. And the fact of it is, if this Digimon has Argo on its Dissolution cards, gain 1 memory. So technically, if you reduce its cost by 2, you're gaining a memory. I'm pretty sure that's worked. It's late here. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong in the comments. Otherwise, 2 Geo Grey. I would happily run this at 4 because of how much pressure it can put on. You'll notice when I get to my options and that as to why things like this are relevant. But this being able to come out of security, crash with a 5k if it hasn't got jam or anything like that, and then go ahead and blow up the level 4000 DPLS. So if they go into an army Digimon, crashes, this plays at the end of the battle, kills the Vmon. Puts in a lot of work there. It's also good against this Stingmon, it's also good against XV, it's also good against Gato. Things to slow down your opponent's added pressure. This puts in work. And coming out security, if you have a level 4 here, really excels your Chimera plays. Because sometimes your opponent just can't cater. Go with all this. I think we should be on 3 of the blocker. I was running 4, but I decided to bump this up because I found this to be more crucial, more times than not. But that could be easily flexed between. And then we run 2 security Greymon. Found this to be enough. if depending on your matchups, you know, going against yellow hybrids and that, you want to try and get settled with it. Seeing one of these go into trash, it's fine because normally you can go, or putting one in is all good. And other matches, you look just try and control the board by just swinging to their stuff or de-evolving their thing resources from them. But this isn't the one you need all the time. This generally is, because it gives you that threat. Whereas they can't sit there with a ginormous body. Oh, like, I'm safe. Because this and this, you're swinging at 16k. That's getting over most things. So we run 11 there. We run 8 level 5s. Now that's quite a lot in comparison to most of the ones I've seen. Most run 7, and I'd agree with that, but I thought I'd try this ratio. So I've gone 4 Metal Grey. Hands down, one of the strongest cards in this deck. The utility it offers, it stops so many plays. For instance, Shiva ones, being able to take them down a step so they don't get the trigger to obviously to shut down options, as well as burn you for a security. It puts in tremendous work. And obviously giving you the inheritable to attack into a suspended Digimon makes any stack with this in it a threat immediately. We run 3 Chimera. Chimera just is. This is one of the saving graces of this deck. So this card is amazing, but it's a 4 cost to evolve. Now obviously we can get Nucky and that to reduce the cost, which is great. You can look to retain turn and that, but obviously you need a lot of Nucky to go this directly to Blackwater. If there's 8 cost of memory you've got to pay for, you can only max out a 4 Nucky. You get one for free, but the other one's still going to end up passing your turn if you only get 3. That's where this comes into it. Because if you can get these out, little rookies go into level 4, to go into the Chimera, you have one of these in a trash stack underneath, it means you get all the good inheritable effect. You've got a larger stack, using something to put DP across the board, so you potentially kill off some rookies. You go into your Blackwater, and you can take out some Tamers. If you've managed to do it without passing, you can go ahead and put the board. This card allows for so much versatility. It's literally hands down one of the best cards in the deck, without question. It's a good card in life, but I feel like in this one it's almost mandatory. I don't think you have a replacement for this overall. That would be my. Now we run a 1 of Metal Grey. Honestly, I've considered cutting this, and it may still happen, but there has been the odd occasion where you swing. If I'm in a bad situation, because we've got buffs here, this can be swinging at 11k, which can be safe on occasions, and then swinging, it deletes a 4000 DP on swing. That itself can help slow down your opponent's tempo. Oh, you've not got the Metal Grey attack suspended. Okay, so you go into this for 3, swing, get your draw off the Greymon. It just allows you to try and stem their combos, because if they plan a sting just to pass over to you, get rid of it. This one can. But for now, it's in there. It does make it 8 level 5. The reason I've gone for 8. I found there was too many occasions whereas I was struggling to see the 5. I see 3s, 4s, I see Tamers, I see 6s, with 5s is few and far between. And if you don't get to your top end of your stack, this deck's not going to win. It doesn't hold a strong enough lower pressure game. I don't want to be swinging with these all the time, or the Chimeras. Chimera doesn't get its 4k buff for having numerous different colours, because you cap out at 3 colours. Going into level 6s, we run just 6, and okay. So we run 4 of Blackwargreymon. This card is just your control card. It just puts in so much work. It's your body swing suspended. It's a blocker when it needs. Blackwargreymon, and with it, the fact it something old and a double blocker. So this is inherently the 2 cost buy from the starter decks. Just an all-around extremely good card, and being able to control your opponent's account is massive. Most people will play around it, so like they won't want to play, say for example, or they won't want to play Cody down. They'll want to go 4 and 2, 3, try and make sure you don't get as much as possible. But there's some decks like obviously next team purple because set control. So seeing 3 of those go down, side up all 3, that can ruin a person's gameplay. Some people Tamers options in hand. As soon as you remove them, that's done for them. They've just got dead cards. Can't do anything with them. So extremely good there, extremely versatile. I will turn out say it's one of the best artworks. I'm biased completely. The SEC Blackwargrey and this one are 2 of my favourites. I wish this card had an alt. It's not the SEC Blackwargrey. To be honest, I have tried it and there is a niche place for it if you really want to, but the problem is nobody goes really wide this set without without pushing per game basically. Imperial can go a little wide. By that point, if they've got that combo off, you've probably lost your stack to a fire mode, bouncing something or Megadeth hitting you. So you're in a bad way. But promo Blackwargrey. This card is my finisher. This card will control the board. It'll do all the legwork, groundwork, keep the foundation going. Just keep easily throwing these out. So against yellow home, throwing these things like that. Remove bodies, sitting there until they decide I'll hard remove it. And all that time I'm just getting the pieces together for this. Because go through combo. So this is pretty standard. Not much that. So this and this. This is your place you want to be at. Now, you want to have one of those. You have to have one of those. One thing to remember with this is you have to have a black source, and the people forget that. I've almost forgot myself. Then we'll go there. Then we'll go that. Your stack you're looking for is going to be this. With a Gurumon or a Karamon, it really doesn't matter at this point. So once you have a stack like this, it's pretty insane for what Gray decides he wants to go off. Because you have 1-2 checks, it's 15k. It is going to draw a card. 15k is going to die to a Susanna. Obviously options in that build. We'll get to those in a moment. That's how we do it. But yeah, so we have 1-2 checks, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. So we have 7 checks we can go through there in one go. That in itself is pretty nutty. Out of nowhere, just to be able to take a shed load of security. I mean, if you can do it where you've got it and place this up from a trash and put in the other Greymon, so then you're in for a much better spot. Because this is the ideal one. This is the ideal one. We had this from source or this, it really doesn't matter. Anything that just gives a black source. We're going to do 3 checks here. 3, 6 because you take these 2 out. 9. You can go through at least 10 security swing, and that is just the threat with it. Some of the cards you'll see as to how I can get that setup going. I'll show you in a moment. that. But I know you're probably thinking, well, what happens if you get an option? What happens if you get sacked in security? What's your out there? Have you got answers? Yes, that was the fundamental thought I went with, is how can I avoid getting slapped around the face? And you already probably know which card I'm on about, and it's my substitute for not going the the starter Greymon. Not start the BT1 Greymon. I was going to Tamers first of all to help excel the game plan that goes with this and also this. I run 2 heroes. Marcus is a very nice and niche card, but gaining 1 memory back doesn't change the tide of a game. This, given a 2k buff, being a memory setter, is a threat to people, because it means you can swing over their level 6s. You get this, and you've got this. You're at this point, you've got 10, 12, 14k. You can swing over, you can crash with them, or you might really wanted to. If it was unsuspended, you can swing over a mass demon. You know, you offer a lot of pressure just being at level 5. You have 2 out. Okay, you're at 16k. Just ridiculous. So that's when you've got this as well, this in play, you don't even have to, even if you don't see these, let's say you've got a Geo Grey, that's fine, this hero's cover made up for that deficit. So really strong. 2 costs, this will really help going into EX2 with the D-Reaper stuff. And that's where this deck basically has, well, it should be a freebie every time. To go with the theme of Greymons, run 4 Nokia. The reason we run 4 is it's just insane. It's what it does as a card. If it gets hit in security and play an searcher for you, or if it gets played from security and just sits there, it's pressure on your opponent straight away, because they know you're then going to start choking them as you can. Because if you start choking them from memory, then you know eventually you're going to put one of these out and you're going to take their memory sets down. So, and if they don't have the memory set and you'll put them to 1 or 2 every turn, they can't maximize as much as possible, and they generally fall behind. To go with this whole theme is, and then I do run. No, as I said, this is why the EX army was in. I run 2 Taikamiya. The reason being is we're all Greymons, except for Chimera, all Greymons, but I'm never going to Chimera Raisin. Gain a memory, draw a card. If you've got this out and 2 of these, you'll win to 5 turn. Raisin. If you've got any Nokias down to go with that, you know, minimize how much you're size, how much you gain. It puts out some insane value. I've had turns where I've had an argue, and I need to get into this stack here. I've got a Nokia in hand, hero down. I've got both Taiki now, which means they've put me to 4. Raised that game 2, so went to 6. I played a Nokia down to, went into this Greymon for nothing, and then went into the camera, and then went into this. I had the security Greymon. It's I had 2 because I played out. I had 1 in rate, so I ended up security attack plus 2, and all the kind of DP wise and check 1. And then to go along with that, to delicate plan. It does what BT1 Greymon does. It gets added to hand from security. So if you keep on decking it, yeah, sure, you do cycle. You're eventually going to see it again. Otherwise, hit security gets. That's then a threat there. As soon as you get to this, because we likely have some sort, we just go straight into the big plays and do 10 checks without a hitch, basically. DP buffs go to obtain. and then we run a 1 of memory. We only have 2, 5. So there's 15 targets that can't be added by this card. I don't think it's justified to run any more because I mean, realistically, if I was going to do anything, I'd put another one of these in. But I do think having the search sometimes just come up that security to giving you 2 memory and coming much. But this is my lineup overall. Said I need to do what B2 does, but I'm aiming to do it my own choices. Because my dilemma with Razor, because the argument I get is from people is this is a vanilla. As soon as I digibase everything's just a vanilla, it's useless. You're right, agreed, it is. It's basically trash. As soon as you digibase it, it's just a vanilla 11k. Can't do it. Might be able to boot 15 swing and go into things if they're suspended. But by that point, I haven't closed the game out, just sat there with no sources. I'm most likely either going to lose or I've got something else or close out game. I didn't go for the blitz on in this purely because the idea, I'm a consistency person here, and I don't like the idea of consistently seeing this when I've got a blitz Omni, having a dead card in hand, because it has happened far too many times. I know I've got 4 different ways to go to blitz Omni here, and a 1-off may not hurt it. Right, if it did, I'd probably cut a memory out for it. But I'd rather go with as much consistency as possible, making this with the memory boot, and then go for my big Digimon of these, because the effects don't transfer like from this. I've had times when I've gone into this and it's not to finish that game, but to clear up board because I've got this under it. I'll just swing, stand, swing. I'll just basically do what's the secret Blackwargreymon would. And that's the deck. That is my Blackwargreymon as a strong matchup into Young Hybrid, as a strong matchup into Security Control. With everything else, I feel like the deck's very reactive deck. To be able to play into them. Fundamentally a thing with any deck, but I feel like this one's a lot more time on. It's not naturally a tier 1 deck, but with the right pilot, I believe it can be. It could be you. So if you do enjoy the deck, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and you know, if you do test the deck out, let me know if you've got any comments or feedback on it, because this is something I'm working going into EX2 as well. Going into B because one, go with it. I'm open to suggestions here. So thanks for tuning in. Gordo's Games. Legion TCG says thank you as well. See you all later.